Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's Messages of Love from Above. It's so good to see everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. And I'm just going to get my desktop set up here and I'm going to get into your readings. And let me just get this all scooched over. I can see everything a little better. All right. Much, much better. All right. And it looks like we are confirmed live, which is always good. All right. So, welcome to the readings. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, if you want to know how the free readings work, if you check out the description box of the video, it talks all about it. As the title says of the videos, uh, any donations do get priority. I honor that as an energy exchange, and it tells you all about where you can donate and how in the description box of the video. And if you just a couple of quick announcements before we get started. That's why I start a little early because I blab a little bit. Just want to let you know what is available for you. I started a new video. I guess you can call it a series because every Monday I'm going to have Moon Day Mondays. Here is the one from this last Monday. Talks about all the energies of the week. The moon, of course, every 28, 29 days goes through the entire zodiac. So every 2 to 3 days, the moon goes through some changes. There's also, the other planets going direct, retrograde, any significant things, eclipses, which we talk about in Monday's video. The eclipses, we're already feeling it. It's intensifying. So if you want to know about the energies and things that we can do to help us with that, awareness is half the battle, right? So be sure to check those out. Also, I'm changed my Take 10 with Zen to come out on Tuesdays. So Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, I guess is what we'll call it. And so every week I put out a video that's 10 minutes or less that talks about how to connect with spirit, ourselves, our higher selves, and I answer questions from my subscribers. So you can check those out as well. And then each week on Wednesdays, I'm going to call them What's Up Wednesdays. We put out a pick a card to see what spirit wants us to know about, right? This week's was how can I transform frustration. I have a ton of other pick a cards available too on my main channel if you ever want to hear more from spirit, and it's a ton of different of subject matter. So you can check those out. Um, and each week, not each week, but each month now, I used to have weekly giveaways, but I've changed them to be monthly just to balance everything that's going on in my life. So here's the giveaway playlist that talks about the last giveaways to see if you're a winner. And then also it talks about what you can do to get into the monthly giveaways. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in winning some stuff. And I think what else was I going to say about that? Well, here is also posted a couple times that I'm going to have 50% off most of my services for the rest of 2023 because I love you guys and I want to give back. So it's off of my personal pre-recorded readings, my hedges of peace and love, and also I added in my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. So if you want to know what those are and the pricing and all of that stuff, all of that information is listed in the description box of the video. So if you look at that and expand it, you'll see a lot of information. Also, I'm currently offering memberships there's a Zen Cricket level and there's a Praying Mantis level. The Praying Mantis level is $7.99 a month. And if you are a Praying Mantis member, not only do you get advanced access to all three of those all those videos I talked about on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You get the following weeks in advance to have even more information. Plus, after each of my live sessions here, I actually go into a separate Praying Mantis only member readings. So on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, and Friday and Saturday nights, there's an extra hour or so after each of these specifically for Praying Mantis members. And on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, even have a Q&A and more readings, and we have fun. We talk about my life. We talk about connecting with spirit and ask questions about spirit. And we do past life readings and pull oracle cards and all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want to know more about that, again, in the description box of the video. You got it. All right. So let us get started. That's all the blah, blah, blah. So I'll be bugging out of here around 12:55 p.m. Mountain Time. So in about 2 hours to head over to my praying mantis session. So we'll try to get through as many free readings as we can. And let me take a look here. I do have a donation that's coming through here. So we will go to that first, and then we'll start into the free readings. Right. And I'm going to be using the Revelation Tarot and the Round Tarot intermittently. So I'm going to start off with the Revelation. And Angelique, thank you so much for your donation. And I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. So the Cancer you met recently seemed really interested. No, you're not so sure. Well, uh, they change like how the moon changes every few days. They are very impacted by the moon sign that things are going through. So if you're a Cancer sign or dating a Cancer sign or have a Cancer moon or have a lot of Cancer sign planets and influence in your chart, definitely follow the moon, my moon day Mondays, because you'll see, oh, because right now, yesterday and today, we're in the Cancer moon. So they are probably very, very emotional. And then we move into Leo energy tomorrow and Monday. So check it out because you'll be like, now I see why they seem like up and down. And, because we go through what we start off like with fire energy, so passionate energy, like with Aries, and then we go into grounded energy with Taurus, and then we go into the mind with Gemini, and then we go into emotions with Cancer, and then back to fire. So it kind of feels like they're going, like the rest of us, but they feel it. So if that helps you there. But let's take a look here and see what else Spirit wants you to know here besides that. And so, any hints on are they interested or not? We'll do that one. And then anything for the next 2 months with them here. And thank you for your donation. If I didn't thank you, I'm like jumping into the readings. Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. And, but they do dive deep into their emotions. So I get it here. Well, are they interested? Well, you got the Two of Cups coming in. So yeah, they are interested. Boom. I love clear answers. So let's keep those going today. And what's happening over the next 2 months? Okay. Yeah, I see here. A lot of what's happening here is happening, of course, always for you. But you've got the Ace of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Strength card. Strength card is here's your human side, your higher self side. Your Judgment card is your human side, your higher self side. And the Ace of Cups is your higher love. So the next 2 months is about you raising your love vibration and focusing on your self love. And that helps speed things up with this. Because when things go slow with us and a love interest or relationship, or really anything in our lives, when life seems to go like in the Matrix, when it slows down before they're in the air before they bah, 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 bah. Well, that's kind of what happens here. Things are slowing down for you to turn inward and upward because you don't want to do what you've always done, right? And get what you've always gotten, which is when we're told to look outside of ourselves for our love and our definition and all of that lovely stuff. We get disappointed. That's lower vibrational energy. We have fear, that I'm not going to live up to whatever. And I fear they'll leave my life. I fear this. I fear that. All these fears, right? When we're dependent upon the outside world defining us, we try to control everything and it's out of control. So we're frustrated. We have a lot of that stuff that goes on, right? So, what happens is eventually we grow tired enough, and our soul, our higher self, our posse of support, they're like, okay, it's time for us to raise our game, raise our vibration. And so things slow down. So we stop drawing in the lower vibrational energy of what we've always done before. And our self-love rises as we let go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us, of emotions that no longer serve us, those lower vibrational that would hold us down. We're cutting those away, kind of like a hot air balloon with these sandbags that have been weighing us down. We start cutting those away and we raise up, and then they're raising up too. And that brings us together at a higher level. We have a higher vibrational love type of a relationship instead of what we had before. So just know and trust that, yeah, they do have an interest in attraction. It is definitely an important relationship in your life here. And but this is all focused on pointing you inward and upward right now. The Ace of Cups is you, your chalice, you fill up and overflow, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your higher self. So, very clear messages here for you today. And it's wonderful because it does change how you perceive things in the outside world, as we say, when we are looking for them to define us, and looking for them to be something specific in our lives, they fall short, right? And because they can't give us what we're finding on the inside, inward and upward, that chalice. They can't fill that up. Only spirit, eternal, unconditional love can. And so when we fill up and overflow, then we're like, oh, you're just above and beyond extra on the outside world. So instead of falling short, we're grateful for who they are and in that. So it does change things. So I love this for you, Angelique. Definitely got some free content if you want to check it out on my main page. I have my Take 10 with Zen, weekly videos that talk a lot about connecting with spirit and our higher selves. Also, a U times two, which was a series last year, that's free. All that's in my playlist on my main page. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you, Angelique. I like it. Two of Cups. They're interested. Just focus on you and raising your love vibration, and you will see. Um, you guys will draw together. But it's on slow on purpose. And of course, when we raise our vibration, where lower vibration anchors and slows us down like those sandbags, as we cut those things, we move faster and we move higher as well. So a win-win. All right, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, my friend. And Dune, thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate that. You want to know what is coming towards you this next week? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. So we have 1 and 2 and 3. At least it's not 3, 2, 1. We're like it's counting down to something, right? This is building towards something. I don't have a Snapchat, Rocky's World. If you check the description box of the video, it does have my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Square, and something else. But I don't have Snapchat. I know, old school, right? Or, of course, you can use this super chat at the bottom. All right. Let's see what we got coming in here for you, Dune. What is building here? All right. Wow. You definitely have a lot of thinking going on here. No way, no way. Well, you have the Page of Swords, which is great. This is new thought, new belief, new mindset this next week. And with the Ace of Swords that you have here, it allows you to cut away some old thinking that is interfering with you moving forward. I like what's unfolding here throughout these cards here because it just feels very freeing. It's just like there's this supposed to, should, this how. It kind of feels like how. Um, you know, um, that's coming in here. So it's like you want something and you're like, all right, universe, this is where I'm heading, this is what I want to do, but this is how it has to be, right? Because this is our concept, right? It's what we've grown up with, and like, all right, well, this is how it has to be, and we're looking for it to come this way. Like, it has to come via ground. Like, I'm waiting for it. Where's it coming from? And here's this hot air balloon coming in. You're like, where's it at? Why isn't it coming? It needs to come this way. And they're like, um, it's up here. If you can grab it, it's here though, not down here. And I like this because you're opening your mind, you're cutting away the blinders of the supposed to, the should, the need to, of the how. You know the what, leave the how and the when up to spirit and creator, because they're going to bring it in the perfect way, in the perfect timing, right? So I like that coming in here because we also have, you've got the Three of Cups here, which is joy, celebration, and this group. You're getting to know your posse. I feel like you have some assistance coming in, which is great. And be open to that. Be open to receiving from other people this next week. And the Emperor, though, does tell you that you don't have to do what everyone else wants you to do to receive, right? If there's anything where people are giving you something that's like, well, I'll give you this, but it has to be this way. You have to jump through these hoops for this. It's like, nah, that's not what's coming to you from spirit through someone. This is humanity trying to control you, some human, right? Because the emperor here is about a lot of people blah 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 in their ear, but the emperor decides what they want to do. They create the form around what they want to do and how it unfolds, right? So even though you have people coming in to help and assist, you don't have to like go bow to them and go, all right, well, you're the emperor now. It's like, no, you can be nice about it, but you form the steps to go forward, right? So I like this because you're being open to receiving and changing, thinking outside the box, but you're starting to put form to your actions and starting to take actions. And there is this balance between those things, right? There's the things that we know we can do towards our dream and goal, and then there's things like I'm not sure. Those things we can give to spirit and go, I don't know how this is going to work out, this thing. So here, show me. Can you bring this to me? Can you can ask spirit for assistance, which is cool because now they're like, yeah, because you also, the Three of Cups represents asking spirit for help. Three of Cups is a special card, meaning your posse of support, your entourage on the other side, your guardian angel, your angels, loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, and all of that. So I really like this progression over this next week. It's like, okay, so I know what to take, but trust your relationship with spirit. They won't interfere in your life. Um, uh, because they honor your free will, they honor your power of choice. So, if we ask of our own free will, please meddle in my life. I know you are, around me and you love me unconditionally. And please, can you give me some signs? Can you give me some assistance? Give me new ideas, help, and they are more than happy to do so. Again, all this thinking and releasing that we have going on here. I mean, the Page of Swords, the Emperor is like the same thing here too. And you've got the Justice card and the Two of Swords. So the Justice card is about, here's that Ace of Swords, balancing, cutting away fears, connecting more to the higher realm, helps balance out, because they start off, of course, out of balance here. A lot of fears down here, not a whole lot of enlightenment and capital T truths rooted on unconditional love and seeing things from a higher perspective, not from the human, cutting things away, right? And that's what balances. That's what I love about these revelations cards is because it starts off one way and ends up the other. So there is this balancing that's happening. And part of all this balancing you have going on is with the Two of Swords too. Close your eyes and open your heart, right? The Two of Swords can sometimes be this you know, torn between two decisions, but the how we get clarity is when we close our eyes, we get out of our head all that supposed to, should, need to, have to, right? Those fears, and open up our high heart and go, okay, spirit, what what is the way that I want to go where that's for my highest experience? And we listen and we take action toward that, right? Because again, you got the Three of Cups, which was joy. You got the Four of Wands, which is balancing your passions, but also joy and celebration too. So I like this here because there is this beautiful focus on joy, joy, joy instead of our fears, right? So that also happens here. If we feel stuck, sometimes that has to do with we're stuck in our fears, right? Because when we feel stuck, it's because we have this limitation of going, it has to be this way. This is what it has to change to, instead of going, you know what? I know what, but how? I'm going to ask you. And I feel like this next week is about focusing on gratitude, joy, celebration, the wonderful things of life and peace, and that grows if we're focusing on what we feel is missing, not working out, all that, we're feeding that and growing that, right? So be aware of the energy that you're in next week. Focus in on joy, but absolutely focus on spirit, asking them for assistance on areas where you feel you are hitting up against a wall. Ask them, so am I supposed to go through the wall, over the wall, around the wall, under the wall? Can you give me a sign? Can you give me some direction? And they might, sometimes the direction is just wait for it. You're okay. And if you feel like, okay, so I will get the message. And if I'm supposed to do something in this moment, I will. But if not, sometimes it's like, just sit still, because then all of a sudden you hear and the wall falls down. And you're like, oh, thank you. And then you walk through. But it's the perfect timing that this block moves out of the way, because if saving something, if you've ever seen like Indiana Jones and you know the one, especially in the ones where he's like counting, it's like, okay, you're supposed to step forward and then you stop, and then here comes this big blade that has chopped other people in half, and it goes and then he steps forward and it goes whoosh, and then he's supposed to step back twice because then it goes whoosh, and up forward whoosh. Listening and honoring, knowing that it's happening for us, it may save your life. But that's what they're showing me, is that it's perfect. And when we trust that and focus on gratitude and all that, then the journey, we can enjoy the journey of the process and not just trying to get to the destination, right? So that's what they have coming in there for you, Dune. So many blessings to you. Hey, Rocky's World. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely can use the super chat. It should be available too at the bottom. So you can definitely use that or any of the other options that are listed in the description box of the video. So funny. I know I do the same thing. I used to call it super chat instead of. All right. Well, I think that's all for the donations in this moment. So we're going to scroll to the top and start on the free readings here. And we've got Dijona. Hey, Dijona. So you want to know what the spirit want? Excuse me. I want you to know right now. Getting all choked up. All right. See, let's take a look here. And let's see. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So this is wonderful here. I kind of feel like this is talking about the hedge that's currently going on right now, right? Because you got the hanged man, which is like a cocoon, which would be like the hedge. There's this wonderful um, you know, protection, this thing that's keeping the outside world out and your side in, where you can go through this cocoon, this transformation, the caterpillar letting things go, transforming, and you have the 10 of cups here, which is this beautiful fullness of emotion that will be flooding in here. And it definitely, that's what you're getting ready for here. The It's like the last few days have been this building of the hedge, the quieting, the moving of things out, which allows you this place of safety where your inner being, your shadow, your inner child allows this beautiful flood of transformation of emotion in positive ways. The 10 of Cups is like the ending of old emotions and the beginning of new emotions. So, a lot of emotional transformation is going to be happening over the next few days, which is right in alignment. And it makes sense with what will be coming through your the hedge process here over the remaining period. So I like it for you. It's definitely um it's not the 10 of cups is comes after the 9 of cups. Duh, right? I'm good at math. The 9 of cups is finding the inner love inside, and we fill up with the chalice, and then it overflows and fills up all the other outside cups of the world. So this inner work that you're doing, it's almost like this incentive saying it's totally worth it because it changes the love that you experience in the outside world. When you break out of the cocoon as a butterfly, it does transform. But for now, things are paused and slowing down to give you that time. So I like that for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. Let me expand this chat here a little further down. Here we go. Hey. All right. And then Rishi Lahori, hello, hello. Yeah, guidance on any upcoming job opportunities. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about upcoming job opportunities. All right. I like it. Trust that things are moved out of your way here with the Tower. That brings you to the Queen of Pentacles, which is abundance, which is new opportunities, new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And this is great for yourself here. The Tower being, of course, telling us that whatever is removed out of our path or kept out of our path is for us to make space for what is truly in alignment with our soul, uh, allowing that space for it to be there or to clear the path for us to head into where we're going here. So definitely we've got this great energy here of the Queen of Pentacles, which is about abundance coming. So it's clearing the way to bring this in. So definitely, and I feel like um, some of that's been happening already, right? Well, you're like, yeah, the last 2, 3 years, right? It feels like things have been kept out of the way to bring you to the point where you're at today, and you're in such a much more wonderful place, right? If you had a job back home where you were at, it would have been like stuck there, right? But now, because those things were kept away, you're in the perfect place for your perfect. You always have been in the perfect place, but you have been moved to where you are at now. And so there will be job opportunities opening up here. Just trust that the ones that don't come to fruition are keeping you out of places that you wouldn't be happy. The perfect places are opening up, and you'll see it blossom here like a lotus flower any day, any day. I feel like you definitely hear by the end of September, but that feels so far off. We got a new moon in Virgo, yeah, next Friday, I think. Let me check here. I got my calendar here because the new moon is new birth. Okay, well, it might be Wednesday where you guys are at. Thursday, at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the new moon happens. So, and Mercury goes direct on next Friday too, which we'll talk about in next week's Moon Day Monday. But I definitely feel like uh, next week you'll start to get communication. Things will start to flow Thursday, Friday, but maybe like the next Monday, Tuesday with the new birth happening. So I like it for you. That's what's coming in for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right. And spiritual love, you are up next here. You're very welcome. I'm glad they work out there. All right. So spiritual love. What is coming the week of the energy? All right. So let's take a look here. So the coming week's energy reading. Wah, wah, wah. You have a lot of power of choice coming in this next week. Lover's card doesn't necessarily mean that relationship is forming here, because the King of Wands, represents taking into your hand your where you're focusing your energy, whatever you are pointing your magic wand at, your intentions, where you're investing your energy. That's what's drawing in and expanding. It's the power of choice type of energy, along with the lover's card, which is emotional choice. What emotion am I focusing on? Because that grows and expands. So next week is this empowering type of place. This King of Wands is a lot like the Emperor, where they're choosing where they want to invest the energy, what they want to do, where they want to go, but putting form around it. And so there is this choice, 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 choice type of energy coming up here for this following week for you, both energetically and emotional energy too. So, every moment is either of unconditional love and gratitude and peace and laughter and that, or the fears of losing that, fears of failure, fears of rejection, whatever it may be. And so if I'm focusing my energy on what I'm missing or what I'm fearing will come in or leave my life, or what I hate, we get more of that, right? I love Spirit's been showing me, when we come to choice, it's like a little kid walking into a donut shop and they have those big glass counters with all the donuts, and then little kids pointing, pointing, pointing at a donut. And so the baker loads up a dozen to give to him. And he's like, I hate those. And the baker goes, well, don't point at what you hate, point at what you want more of, and I'll give you dozens of those. So point at what you love, what you do want. And I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. We're taught to point at what we hate. No, no more of that. I don't want any of that or any of that or any of that. We keep on getting more of it. And we're like, why do I keep getting this when I'm telling them I don't want it? It's like, well, we point instead at what we do want, not at what we don't want, right? So I like that coming in here. Yeah. And then literally the 10 of wands comes flying out of the deck, which is the ending of where we're investing our energy and a new beginning. So the burden, the energy that we're investing in so many areas, really paying attention to where we're investing our energy, trying to, have so much stuff happen in the outside world. It's really zeroing it down and focusing on one thing. It goes from 10 to 1. It's like, let's prioritize all this urgent stuff. What's really important? What's your North Star? What is your dream? What is your life goal? Focus in on that instead of all these other things. So I like it. So that's what's coming in for you, spiritual love. Many blessings to you. I do have a donation that's coming in here. So Links Lee will be my next free reading coming up here, but I'm scooching on down here. Whoops. All right. You are very welcome, spiritual love. All right. So, love 1234. Thank you so much for your donation. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. And you have a couple questions here. So let's take a look here. Whoa. All right. Very good. All right, and then number 2. So let's take a look here. So that's the answer to your second part there. All right, so let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Yeah, we do have here that it does get resolved next week. We have here the 7 of Wands, which is, you get the 7 and the 8 of Wands. So things progress. 8 of Wands is a lot of fast energy and fast action coming in. And of course, standing up, standing firm for yourself here. So I definitely feel like there's this progression that comes in here. Do you get, we'll get the money next week? Yep, Ace of Cups. So that's positive happiness. So I do feel like they will get this done and that you will feel fulfilled by the outcome next week. So I like that. That's a happy card. So that would tell me yes, I see progression with the 7 to the 8 and that. So I definitely see that. Everything happens on purpose for a purpose, right? What did you learn through this experience? Yay. um I don't feel like you get this the second question here about the hospitality job. Um I feel like that is a no here. Um right, yeah. So I see here it's not about this I it doesn't feel like that job is for you here. Not that you're not hospitable, but hospitality. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So you have the tower again. So it just trust that when this doesn't work out, that it's happening for you. You know, this is a good reminder with the tower card that things get moved out of the way, clear our path here. And we've got here with the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, gatherings, of sorts. But so there's joy that comes in after all this. So it's like you don't get this, but you do are happy about it because something else does, uh, come your way here. Let's see anything else on that at all here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Trust your gut and intuition. Follow your heart. Again, this is all about the joy and celebration of your emotions, your deep emotions, your intuition. So definitely follow that in where you're applying for jobs. Follow your heart, not your mind. Your mind's going to take you into all that fun stuff, all that supposed to should, and take you back into a feeling of being in a cage, right? Do something you love, do something you enjoy. Absolutely. So I like it. That's what's coming in for you, Love 1234. Thank you so much for your donation. All right, Rocky's World. Thank you for your dual excuse me, your dueling super chats. So let's take a look here. Number one, why did Roberto decide to sleep over last night? Well, all right. So let's take a look here. All right. And then how did he feel about you after last night? All right. So let's take a look here. So why did he? All right. All right. Well, I like this. Got the 2 of Cups. So they like this. They, in their heart, do want an important relationship. They do want to have like an important relationship with someone who matters, right? So in their heart of hearts, this is what is drawing them, and they did want to sleep over last night because there's this. Their heart is going, I want to be, have an important interaction, an important relationship with someone. 2 of Cups is great, right? We have the Ace of Swords, which represents seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away their fears, which we also have here with the Eight of Swords. So their old thinking, their old beliefs that would keep them blinded and bound and trapped is converting. So, they've got this, their blinds are off their eyes. They're cutting away the fear of, I don't know, it's like, "Oh, what this is gonna be a cage I'm gonna get myself into. What's happening?" Um, I feel like their mindset of, like, "It's okay, I can sleep over." It I think they have a fear of, "This means I'm getting married," it's like, "Relax, dude," enjoy the moments, and I feel like that's what came in with this, is they release the fears around it and they allowed themselves to experience what they want to experience, what they truly want to experience here. Now, we have the Hanged Man here, which is about transformation and It takes time. So don't rush them. Allow the butterfly. This always reminds me of a butterfly, cocoon hanging upside down. Allow the caterpillar to transform into a butterfly. If you cut open and try to rush the caterpillar to turn into a butterfly and cut it too open, it falls apart and it's just caterpillar juice and it's messy and it's gross. So don't do it. But enjoy and let them take their time, is what that comes in there. And then what do they feel about you after last night? Let's take a look here. All right. So now remember that when we ask, how does someone feel about me? It really is none of our business, because it has little to do with us. We're mirrors. And so if I'm a mirror and I go, what do people see when they look at me? Well, themselves. A squirrel looks in the mirror, sees a squirrel. A lion looks in the mirror, they see a lion. A vampire looks in the mirror, doesn't say anything because they don't have a reflection, right? But whoever's looking at us looks different. I mean, they see things differently. They see things in different ways, and it's changing. Our thoughts about other people change consistently too, depending on how I feel. If I wake up in a cranky, bad mood, my opinion of others might feel lower. If I wake up in a very loving mood, my opinion of people is much higher, right? It's fluctuating. So keep that in mind when you're asking, how did they feel about me after whatever? It's like, well, this has to do with what's going on inside of them, because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So he sees the world as he is. You see the world as you are. So just take all of this with a grain of salt, right? Because this is what's going on inside of them. Again, Seven of Pentacles, it takes time to unfold. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So, we have two of these things, like they don't want to rush, they want and things to unfold. So, again, there's this reminder, allow things to unfold. And we have the Knight of Swords, which the Knight of Swords, every knight has a quest. This knight quests after the Ace of Swords, which we got in the first part here. So their thoughts and beliefs are transforming. So their thoughts and beliefs about you transform as their fears are released and they're starting to see things more clearly, right? So there is this transformation of how they're thinking about you and themselves and togetherness and whatever. And again, we don't know what they see because they see themselves, right? But there is this progression and this changing of mind coming in here. Now they do have here this Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, that they're looking at, and so they do want more opportunities like this. They enjoyed it, and so they do want more opportunities. And the Five of Pentacles here has to do with their own thoughts, and this is where it comes in about this has to do about them, their feelings of lack, of being left behind, being left out in the cold, abandoned when they were younger, more 7 years old and younger when their emotional body was being created. So they're in this transformation. A lot of what's happening, which we already knew with this, they're in this transformation of the Ace of Pentacles is also about looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So, with all this changing of thought and belief and the cocooning that's going on, they're changing and thinking about themselves differently and questioning things. So, it's positive. And I know what we want to hear is, after last night, they're like, madly in love with me and they want to be with me forever. The stuff that's inside us that we want them to, want from us. But the thing with all of this reflection news that they've been bringing you throughout this reading is ask yourself, why did you decide to let them sleep over last night? How do you feel about yourself after last night? And how do you feel about them? Because that's going to tell you more about you. You can't control what they're thinking, what they're feeling. they're making all those choices. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love energy, but ultimately everyone makes their own choices. So it's like spirit goes, focus on your reflection, because this is all about your journey, right? This interaction, this other person is in your life to show you you, and you're in their life to show them them. So there's this great, okay, let me see what is going on here. Because when we look for our self-worth in someone else, we're cheating on ourselves with them, because self-worth comes from inward and upward. But when we're looking for other people to define my worth and my lovability, and well, I'm cheating on myself with them, because I'm going to them for my definition instead of who self-love comes from, self-worth comes from, right? I always love that. Because I had several, like 3 out of my 5 longest term relationships, they went outside our relationship, and, of course, I was all hurt back then, but afterwards, when, Spirit informed me, well, that was a mirror showing me how I was cheating on myself, it's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, and that's great. We do fill up like in a chalice, right? We fill up, and when we're filled up, everyone gets our overflow, and if they're nearby, they get our overflow. But they don't need our overflow. They need to fill up from within and overflow, and then we all just share our overflow. That's when perfect relationships happen. Otherwise, we're looking and falling short, right? Yeah. Well, obviously, I with the wanting more of it, we did say that with the Ace of Pentacles, they enjoyed it and they want more of it. So that was they did tell you that, right? Yeah, and the star, hopeful, balance, dream come true type of energy. So connecting with your higher self too. So they're bumping us back to pointing, the dream come true is when we connect with our higher self, and then they're extra above and beyond, which just makes it even better, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Rocky's World. Thank you again for your dual donations there. And I'm excited for you. We'll live vicariously through you. You can have the relationship. I will sit here and enjoy it. All right. Many blessings. All right. So we left off with Lynx Lee for the free readings. And you want to know Leo's thoughts towards you. All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on in their head, what's their thinking going on in there, right? Which may or may not have anything to do with you whatsoever, right? Yeah, exactly. We got the two fives, which is conflict and transformation that's coming in here. So they've got conflicting passion, they've got conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets too. So they've got fears here with the 5 of Swords, this battling going on between their head and their heart that's going on. And here's the battle, right? Here's the they have these passions that they want to express from their heart and from their energies, but their mind is going, no, 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 don't rush, don't do this, don't do that, we got all this fear, there's landmines out there, there's all these fears that it's like, whoa, 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 let's not rush, we got to really look into this, which I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday or recently, because it feels familiar that they're like, Leo energy is fire energy, and they want to leap, right? Like pounce on their prey. But whatever this fear energy is, it's holding them back. They're not allowing their heart and their passions to leap forward. But they have this attraction, they have this desire, but they've got these fears, these uh, red flags going off inside of them, because they've had pain, they've had suffering in the past that they've experienced, and they're like, I don't want to go through that again, I don't want to do what I've always done. And so they're like, wait, 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 red light, red light, red light, so there's something that's keeping them paused, but there are this, the energies there, but the thoughts that are there, when you talk about towards you, it's towards you as this threat to their heart, because the mind knows. You remember, heart, when you fell in love and you made that leap, and um, then this happened and this happened, this happened. And remember how you were depressed for 6 months? I'm not going to go through that again. So I'm in charge. And the mind is going, no, this could be a threat. I need to investigate. I'm doing a background check, whatever it needs to do to make sure you're safe. It's like you're the president and they're the Secret Service. We got to make sure and go forward first and make sure it's safe for you, Madam President. So that's what's coming in for you, Linksley. So that's what's happening. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And Cutie, you are up. Hello, hello. Anything you need to know? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have for you here. All right. Wow. Well, I like this. You definitely have this divine masculine energy for you. And I feel like this is within you that's rising up. You got the magician card here, which is your higher self and the magic wand and the divine, and the King of Pentacles, abundance, fullness, wholeness, that there's this you know bubbling up. We have divine feminine energy, which has its purpose to be a chalice waiting to be filled, asking and waiting to receive. And then the divine masculine is about action and movement and not so much creation, but manifestation. It's the energy that helps creation start, right? And I feel like with both of these, it's like because you've got both of these right now, they're telling you, yes, now is the time for you to take action. Know that what you're able to do and what action you're able to take. And if you're unable to know, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what to do next in this. Ask spirit, ask them, open up and say, this is you connecting to your higher self. You can ask them and go, you know what? There's like 5 different things, or I don't even know what way I could do with this. Can you bring me information? You can ask your spiritual posse and support team, your guardian angel and angels and spirit guides and loved ones on the other side and ancestors and that whole slew of beings. Hey, of my own free will, can you bring me some answers? Can you give me some direction? I kind of don't know which way to go here. And then wait, they'll bring you that. But the things you do know, you take action toward. And the things that you don't know, you ask and you wait and you look for answers. You get quiet, you do your meditation, you do whatever it takes for you to get into that quiet place where you can hear their whispers, right? And you've got the King of Pentacles coming in here, which does show abundance, that trust that you're going to have what you need and that they will supply things. They're not going to leave you hanging. Um, unless you're doing something that is not for your highest experience and for your own health and worth. It's like, if a little 2-year-old says, hey, can I have a fork so I can stick it in the electrical outlet? No, you cannot have a fork to stick it in the electrical outlet because we want you to be here for a while longer, not have therapy, electric shock therapy. So we trust that what is meant for us will be provided. But I like that energy of take action where you know you can, and if you don't know, ask and wait, and you will get answers. Trust that you are deserving of getting answers from them. So I like it, cutie. So now is the time to do what you can, and then wait for the rest. I like it. So many blessings to you. And Angel, speaking of blessings, Angel blessing, hello. You want to know what is coming towards you? Let's take a look. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So you've got the Page of Wands that is here. So you have this new passion, this new, I feel like this is a new love interest that's making themselves known to you. But I feel like this is just a heads up. 7 of Swords normally is our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving us, that are uh, stealing opportunities from us. But I hardly get this, but this new love interest, this passion, it feels too good to be true. It's because it is. There is a lot of unseen things. They have a lot of deceptive thoughts for themselves and in their life, which fill them up so much that they have to deceive others to feel good about themselves. So, um, trust your gut and trust your instincts when it comes to this passionate, um, spark that comes in, you know, they're reminding me, it used to be, I had a huge hero complex, where if, I was severely attracted to people who needed rescuing. And so it got to the point where I'm like, you must be really going through a lot in your life because I'm really attracted to you. That's what it came through. And that's the kind of energy they're bringing here is like, you're like, not that you have a huge hero complex. I just feel like you're drawn to them because you have this huge heart that wants to help. And it's subconscious, though. It's like, you're like, wow, I'm really attracted to this person. And even though friends are going, no, 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 no. You're like, but, and it's like, listen to spirit going, whoop, whoop. These red flashing lights are not a carnival. They're saying, not for you, not for you, not for you. But your interactions with them are designed for you to see what of your own thoughts and beliefs do deceive you so that you can be freed from it. But they're kind of coming in as like, Exhibit A, this is what happens when we have deceptive thoughts to the extreme. They're like, "Do you see that?" And you're like, "Yeah." "Well, what can you see about that in you?" And you're like, "Oh, back away, back away slowly," right? So, that's what's coming in, angel blessing. So interesting. So that's good. It's good. It's good to get a heads up, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, angel blessings. And then Libra girl, you are up next. So the rest of the year 2023, any blessings coming for you? Nope, it's just all hard work the rest of the way. Just kidding. So you've got here, of course, you're going to have a balancing type of energy come in and air, with the Queen of Swords, balancing the heart and the mind. So this is a blessing that comes in because I feel like there's this wonderful empowerment that's coming in for you here. Because the Two of Wands tells us whatever we focus our energy on is what grows and expands, and with the balancing of the heart and the mind, there is this power of choice, both in energy and mindset and emotion, that's coming in with these cards for you. Because it tells you that every moment we are making a choice, even though it may not feel like it. Every moment we choose with whatever's happening in the moment, what story am I putting to it? What emotion am I choosing to feel? What energy am I putting forth with my attention and intention? And what physical actions am I choosing to take? And I say that sometimes it doesn't feel like we're choosing because all of us as children are inundated with popular opinion on what something is supposed to mean, how we're supposed to feel, where we're supposed to invest our energy, and what actions we're supposed to, should, need to, have to, must take, right? We're told over and over and over again, where through habit, we take on other people's opinion as our own as children. We make it our habit to think and feel and act and energize a certain way. And then it becomes a reaction where it happens so fast we don't realize that we're making a choice, but we are. And when we slow things down and we start making different choices, we do that through repetition. We do that through reminders. We do that because we'll revert back to the old ways. And it's like, let's move forward. And we look at it a different way, right? You can set an alarm on your phone, a vibrating silent alarm so you don't irritate everyone for your waking hours. And every hour, half hour, whatever you want to change a habit, we need repetition and reminders to bring us back, and we get sucked back into the old ways of thinking and feeling and energy and actions. Oh, wait, 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 wait. This isn't what I want to do. This is what I want to do now. I get to choose. And that's what's coming in with all of here is all of this energy, all of this choosing that you get to do it. It helps balance things out. You're all these beliefs of fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of losing a conditional love. The scales, you understand the scales, Libra. Um, these unconditional love, these capital T truths, you get to add more, and then you also get to cut away things, and it balances things out faster, right? You're the master balancer. But this is a huge blessing. So I just feel like there's so much of the old ways of thinking and feeling and where you're investing your energy and the actions you're taking. This has been a year of chunking a lot of things off of this side of the scale. And you continue to do that, but the blessings, the fruit of your labor is really starting to show up. You're starting to habits are changing where you're not like, oh, I gotta, it's like making up for. We realize it after the fact, going, oh God, this is what I wanted to do. I keep doing the same old thing. Well, you're starting to see now that you're catching it, because how transformation happens is we catch it years later, months later after it happens, right after it happens, then we are catching it while it's happening, sometimes still choosing the old way, but we're seeing that we're catching things in the middle and altering course. Some things even catching it before as it's rising, and you are like, oh no, no, we're going this way. So you're seeing the fruit of your labor, and this is what I feel like the big blessings are that are coming in for you. So that's what they have for you, Libra girls. So many blessings to you. All right. And Magana, hello, hello. You are up next. So, will you be actually dating N in the future, or is it a waste of time? Hear you. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. Well, we've got King of Pentacles, which is abundance, which is fulfillment, which is wholeness, and a positive card, and Ace of Wands, which is passion, which is new passion, though, new inspiration. So let me get clarification here, because it almost feels like this is no someone new comes in. But let's take a look here. I'm just gonna get nosy for a moment. Yeah, I feel like here you've got then, in addition to the Ace of Wands, we've got the Ace of Swords, which is new communication, new thoughts, new beliefs that are cutting away the you can see here how thoughts and beliefs that blind and bind and trap, and this is like you're seeing things more clearly. It's almost like love is blind, but now you're starting to see things more clearly here. So I feel like it is not that it's a waste of time in interacting with them, because what what they show you is your thoughts, your fears, your thoughts and beliefs that would blind and bind you before, which frees you. So it's like, their purpose is to mirror for you so that you can free yourself, from this. It's like the damsel in distress laying on the railroad tracks, right? Waiting for the hero to come rescue her, or him. We all want to experience the damsel in distress energy of this plane of, oh, I'm a victim, because whenever there's drama, there's a victim, a hero, and a villain, right? And so we're trapped on the railroad tracks, and the train's coming. You got to come rescue me. The old melodrama, right? With the black hat and the evil mustache. Nyah, nyah, nyah. He was the evil one that tied the damsel to the railroad track, and the hero in the white hat is supposed to come and rescue. And here comes the train, and the damsel's like laying there going, "Where's my hero?" And they're not coming, and they're not coming, and here comes the train. It's getting closer and closer. then it's too close and you don't see a hero anywhere in sight, and you're like, dang it. And so you get up and you rip off the ropes and you free yourself, and then you realize, oh, what's this white hat? And you put it on and you're like, I am my own hero. I feel like this is what they're helping you know about yourself, to step into your power, and to see who you are. So I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I don't feel like you guys are going to date long term, because you're going to see a lot of clarity about, okay, you're showing me what I want to see about myself. And then they've done their duty as the mirror, and then they move on. But I feel like this new passion here is the King of Pentacles, someone who's more grounded, possibly a earth sign, but it just feels very solid individual who is very sure of who they are and their worth in relationship to the outside world. And they become a perfect mirror for you, because that's who you're stepping into being yourself. So hopefully that helps, Magana. Um, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then new love, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. All right. And you want to know, will you be in a committed love relationship with Nicholas? Excuse me. Let's take a look here. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know? All right. So we have the World card here, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new cycles. And the World card is the last card in the major arcana. And what happens after this is the Zero card, which is the full card, which is this journey in this venture without a lot of restrictions, supposed to intentions. It's an adventure free of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. So I don't feel like committed relationship with them. I feel it's more of a journey and adventure without commitment. It's a relationship. The Four of Pentacles is a stable, solid foundation in the outside world. This feeling of home, but in the other, it's like they're showing me it's normally it's like four walls. So it's a solid foundation and it's encompassed, right? But with the combination of these two, they're showing me a more of like a gazebo with, it has four posts, no walls. It has a roof to protect things and to give shade and protection from rain and the storm, but the wind blows through it, and there's open air and there's this free feeling to it. So that's the kind of relationship that I'm sorry, not Nikhil, Nicholas can offer you. They can't offer you the regular, what we're taught we're supposed to want, right? Which is a very enclosed in relationship where maybe there's a door or not, but no, we might just be all trapped in these four walls together with a roof, maybe even a basement. But I feel like that's what they're able to offer. So if that's okay with you, and you're like, you know what, I could live with that. If not, then just know that's what they're able to offer at this time in their life. So that's what's coming in, new love, for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then JJJ, hello, hello. You'd like some guidance on how you can know the difference if something is from or by intuition versus not. All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So we have the Queen of Wands, which is very much about an intuitive being, because her Ace of Wands and this energy of the wand suit is spiritual energy, and all the queens get a second portion, which is water, which is intuition and like the, kind of like the high priestess in a way. So this definitely is about communicating with spirit, and the Five of Wands shows us the energy that we feel when in each moment. It's either of fear or it's of love, right? Because the Five of Wands is a transformation of energies from fear to love. So they're kind of saying here how you know the difference, spend more and more time with spirit, you start to clear away, um, not really clear away, but you start to differentiate the voices because we'll have information that comes in, like thought that comes in, or an emotion or a feeling or whatever it is, however we get this information, and we're like, is this true or not? Right. And through time, as we turn down the fear noise, which is, as we transform the energy of the moment from fear, and we spend more time with spirit in that unconditional, at the frequency at which spirit speaks, which is unconditional love, peace, happiness, joy, laughter. The more we're at that higher frequency, when we're up here, our energy's up here, we can hear things crystal clear, and those things they tell us come true, and we differentiate. It's like if you have 3 friends and one's a lie, I mean, one's a always tells the truth, everyone else doesn't always tell the truth. Eventually, you will weed them out because, like, "Oh, that was a lie, so you're not that voice in my head is not of spirit. That one, and then, like, this one always has been true. It's always bringing me peace and unconditional love, not fear." So it's like, okay, so this is the voice of spirit. This is the voice from intuition, right? Because like a 5 of wands tells us too, we can always tell anything, even religious texts or whatever it may be, because when mankind gets involved, there's fear and ego intertwined. So I had friends who, Christian and other religions, they go, well, how do you know what's from God, creator, and what's from man? And I'm like, if there's fear involved, man. If it's unconditional love, spirit. It's like that's the litmus test, right? And so that's how you can know the difference between, is it from me or is it from spirit? It's like, does it feel from unconditional love, and does that voice always come true? Or do I feel fear, and do these kind of come true or not? Is there static? And it's fear involved, right? If there's clarity and unconditional love, that's of spirit. So hopefully that helps, JJJ. Uh, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Alexis, you are up next. Hello, hello. So money reading. What does spirit want you to know about the money? Money. All right. So we've got the 9 of cups, which is interesting coming in for money, but this is about this feeling, emotions of feeling full and overflowing and feeling abundant, right? And so it's like a wish come true, a wish fulfillment card. But the Tower card, of course, is about things being removed out of our life, making space for what is truly our wish come true, what is truly to open our path to head in a direction that's more in alignment with our higher self. So there's this energy here coming in about clarity around what it is you truly want that you feel would make your dreams come true. And the Tower card is like this destruction. It's burning down the tower of old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around what abundance, money, whatever it may mean in our lives. Because there are billionaires, millionaires that kill themselves because they're so unhappy. And it's because money doesn't fill us up. It's what we do with the money that makes us, feel good. But if it's not an inner self love first, the outside world is going to feel short and it's going to feel empty. No matter how much money we have, no matter how much abundance we have in the outside world, if we don't have happiness on the inside first with the 9 of cups, which 9 is the hermit's journey, if we don't have this inner love, everything is just going to feel like it doesn't matter. And we get to that point where it's desperation. We're told, and no fault of yours at all. We all are taught. what will fulfill us is out here: relationships, situations, and things, money, our bank accounts, our bodies, situations like our jobs, our education, social status, whatever, relationships with family, friends, lovers, whatever. It's like that's supposed to fulfill you, make you feel full. And then you have it all and you're trying to consume all this, and you just feel like you're getting more hungry and more hungry and more hungry and more thirsty the more you eat and drink of the outside world. And you're like, why do I feel so empty? Because we're trying to fill up a hole in our heart with things that are imaginary. This outside world can't fulfill it. It can't fill us up. And so I feel like this is what spirit is having here: is look inward and find the true treasure, which is the eternal unconditional love, inward and upward. And then it doesn't mean that we don't want things in the outside world when that happens. It just means that we don't need it. It doesn't become, um, it stops falling short because we find what we need on the inside, we fill up, and then the outside world becomes above and beyond extra. So I can have a relationship, I can have job, can have wealth and money, everything else. But if I lose it, I'm not like devastated and I'm out. We're like, oh, okay, well, it was extra anyway. So that's all right. I have everything I need right here. And I feel like that's the message that they're nudging you to right now, Alexis, is this tower is shaking and rattling and burning down because it's this old construct of old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, but it's clearing away so that you can build one that's more true to you, your heart, and your higher self. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And Anya Ahuya, hello, hello. So is the Taurus planning on reaching out? All right. Let's take a look here and see. Maybe eventually. I know, right? We got the Temperance card, patience, transformation, a lot of stuff they're going through. They've got the Five of Pentacles here, which is, of course, this energy of feeling abandoned, left in the cold, left behind, feelings of lack, and this journey that they're on the inside here. Um, that's what they're focusing on, them and their worth and who they are. And so the stuff that's coming in, they're very slow on reaching out because they're reaching in side of themselves right now. So I don't feel like they're planning on reaching out anytime soon because it's all about them and what's going on inside of them right now. So that's what's coming in, Anya. So many blessings to you. And you're like, yeah, do that over there. I don't want any of that on me. All right. So many blessings. All right. Happy Pill, you are up next. And you want to know your inner self messages. All right. Let's see what your inner self has for you. In fact, we're going to switch into the round tarot. So let's take a look here. They just wanted to tag team out. I'm like, all right, we will do that. So here we go. What are your inner self's messages? A lot on your mind here, a lot of clarity of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. I like that the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, is coming in. And we've got the Five of Swords here, which is the confliction of your mind. Usually there's can be like an Ace of Swords with two swords and two swords, which is like battling of your heart and your mind, your heart and your mind, your heart and your mind. And this shows that there's a peace treaty between your heart and your mind, where there's clarity coming in. There's wonderful balance coming in. And that happens here with this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is it helps you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm of these things, these thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in unconditional love. Allows you to see things from this higher perspective, allows you to see these things on the wall. These are all the fears, the expectations that lead to disappointment and that have in the past. It allows you to see things more truly and more clearly. And so I like this inner self saying that, this is what we've been working on. We've been working on balancing this. We've been questioning beliefs, and just know that these things that are coming up in the outside world have been coming up for you so that the triggers would happen, that you're seeing people go through the same thing so that you don't have to go through it. You can learn from watching too. So being aware is very important. You know, your inner self, your higher self is saying, just know that every moment is not wasted. Everything is for a reason. And when we feel uncomfortable, it feels uncomfortable for a reason, and we can look at it and go, where's this fear coming from? What am I fearing? Where's this belief coming from? You know, dragons. So dragons, I have a Chinese dragon here. Let me see. Maybe I can do it this way. You can see it better. So we've got a Chinese dragon here. And when we look at the Chinese dragon, maybe, oh, there it goes. Cute little Chinese dragon. And I like it because dragons in Europe and the West is, oh, it's a monster of destruction that comes to destroy, and it wants gold and it wants everything for itself. Like, what a mirror, right? But in the East, in the Orient, Chinese flying dragons are like angelic beings. They're ethereal beings that are in pursuit of truth and finding the higher things, and they're magical and mystical. So very big difference in how we perceive things, and this is this transformation of where we can able to see things differently, these old ways of thinking being replaced by beautiful ways of thinking, seeing things from the higher spiritual perspective. So that's what I feel they want you to know right now. First of all, kudos for the work that you've been doing on the inside. They're like, we've been doing it, we have. And just be aware of what's happening because you've been doing a lot of work. Now see the results. And so I like it. So that's what's coming in. Happy pill. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. We got Magician. Hello, hello. I need like messages from your spirit guides. Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. All right. So they actually want me to go to these oracle, which are the voice of the soul's oracle. And these have a message from your soul, from your spirit guides, and also, excuse me, from an entity on the other side. So someone that you've known in this lifetime or other lifetimes that's past, and they have a message for you too. All right. So what message do you have? All right, here it is. Oh, secrets. What are you hiding, magician? Your secret magician secrets? No, no magician reveals their secrets to their tricks, right? So let's take a look here. So your soul is saying to you, you keep many things inside you. You carry the burden of secrets, your own secrets or those you feel in others. They affect your throat chakra and therefore our communication. When you communicate with yourself or others, these secrets also create an energy of distrust. Part of you doubts others, doubts their sincerity and honesty. Part of you even doubts yourself. You feel like you can never be sure, which creates an armor of energy. Know that outer life is only impermanence. You can't control others, and you can't control life. All you can control is what you nurture inside yourself. Using your choice of method, release the burden of secrets, release the distrust and doubts that keep you from being yourself. Accept the imperfection of life and other people. Accept your faults and accept your mistakes. You can do it. And then your spirit guides are telling you, you may feel like you need to know a secret to contact us. Know that such contact is reserved for initiated people who have had a secret revelation they don't share. There is no secret to contacting us. You only need to empty your mind and speak to us from the heart. If you need rituals for reassurance or to feel yourself connecting with us, go ahead, but it's not obligatory. What matters is that you are confident in yourself and trust in us. We are with you. We are here for you. To communicate with us, we invite you to release any old and limiting beliefs you may have. We invite you to create your own spirituality, your own way of communicating with us. Have perspective on your old rituals. Focus on what echoes and resonates with who you are and what you want. And then the mystery entity wants you to know here I had secrets. While they didn't concern me directly, they were still secrets. I kept these things inside me for a long time. I didn't share them with you. Don't blame me. I couldn't. Those secrets were a burden, but today I'm free from that burden. I know you sometimes think about these secrets, and I know you have many questions. Don't think you need to know everything. What matters is what you are building for yourself. Don't be like me. Don't keep these secrets to yourself. Free yourself. Keeping things to oneself doesn't bring positive energy, and you can release these secrets. I'm by your side, and I bring you the strength to do this. Wow. I love that message for you. So that's what they have for you. Magician. All right. And so Rhonda, you'll be my next free reading coming up here, but I did get a donation. So thank you so much, Random, for your donation. And you actually were a little, excuse me, a few more down here. All right. There you are. And you wanted to know, hello, hello, first of all. Thank you for your donation. And you want to ask Spirit what you should do about tea. Should you let go or give it another try? All right. Let's take a look here. Let's take a sip here. So, when we're reframing the question a little bit, because there are no shoulds in the spirit world, there is only choices and different outcomes and experiences. And they see there's no right or wrong, there's just experience, right? So they kind of want me just to um, have this energy like if you um, if you let go, this is the energy. If you give it another try, this is the energy, and you get to decide. So let's take a look here and see. All right, so those are the first question about if you let go, and then this will be if you give it another try. All right. Well, you do only got 4 for the first and 3 for the second. So let's take a look here. So the first one was if you let go. Okay. And then the second one is if you give it another try. All right. Well, if you let go, we do have the balancing of things in your life. You know, there's this, here's the cycles, the Two of Pentacles. You have the Justice card where things balance out. You do face your fears. You know, they have the scales. So it allows you to cut away some of these fears, these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets. And it does also allow you to see here with this, you know, the Tower card, which is it removes things out of our way. It removes things that no longer serve us. And we trust that things are removed on purpose for a purpose. So definitely there's this balancing that comes in and this freedom from some fears that comes into, right? So feels, you know, it feels like a little bit of work, right? A little bit of trust and a little bit of like letting go, you know, with this balancing of things, which is going to happen in our life one way or another anyway, right? But there's this balancing energy with all of these coming in here. So I see that. And then if you, give it another try, we've got the moon card, so it's emotional, deep emotion. It will require some diving into the subconscious and unconscious. So there's still work. Either way, there's work, right? Yay! But there is this moon energy, this mothering yourself, making sure you are looking into the depths here. It you got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is interesting because the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower card are so interconnected and intertwined in a way because the Wheel of Fortune tells us, like the Tower card in a way, whatever unfolds in life does unfold for us. Things being removed out of our life get moved out of our life because it's time for the next fated event to happen, and we can move forward. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that, it's the wheel of the tune of Forest, the fortune. And this will tell us that even our human, like in the other way, our human might have a hard time believing things are being removed out of my life for me, with this destructive feeling that we see as it's crumbling. But the Wheel of Fortune card tells us that um, our human side, if you give it another try, it does believe that and see it as, oh, okay, this is happening for me. I see it. It's good. I can understand it, you know. But again, it comes back to that moon card. You got two major arcana on this side, and yeah, just one major arcana on the other with the tower. But the giving it another try, you also have the Ace of Swords, which is connecting to the capital T truths, seeing things from a different perspective and cutting them away. So it's like, because we've got. Let's see here. Sorry for the glare here. Let me. It's that time of day where it's ricocheting off the house next door. Sorry. So you've got the diving into the unknown, diving into doing the work. You got the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Swords here. So there is on both sides, whether you should I stay or should I go, there's going to be this cutting away of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. It's like either path you go, there's the work that will be done. Either way, it's like fated, um, in a way, like what you've had has been fated in a way, but either path you take with both of these cards coming out here, they're like it's like you're on this path going this way and you come to this lake and you're like, well, I can't go across it, so I have to go around it, but am I going around this way or this way? And you end up coming back onto your path. Either route, it doesn't bring you back together, but either route, it takes you where you are destined to go, where you're fated to go. So that kind of energy tells me that there's not a fated answer of like, well, this is for your highest good. This is for your highest good. It's like, eh, both have their stuff and there's no wrong choice. So, you get to choose what you feel the energy is more in alignment with, if that makes sense. So that's good. It's like there's no wrong answer, but it's like, what do I want? And you get to choose, and there's no judgment with that. So that is what's coming in for you there. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation, Random. All right. And so we are back to free readings, and we left off with Rhonda. And you wanted to know, what is the energy between Bill and yourself? Will you become a couple? All right. Let's take a look here based on current energies. Let me just refresh these. All right. So, what's the energy between Bill and yourself? All right. Well, we've got the balancing of the heart and the mind, and we've got the Empress coming in here too. So it's like feels like the energy between here is is interesting. I do feel like you end up dating and coupling here, because we've got the Empress, whoops, who is the royal. She's the major arcana queen. She's the Empress. She rules over all the queens. So she's up here. And then you have a king. The Emperor is who rules over all the kings, but this is the King of Cups. So I feel like with this energy here, like this is them and this is, of course, you. And we've got this she has all this emotion, she has all this creativity, all this birth, all this sensuality and freedom. And the King of Cups expresses emotion, but they got the other part of them is the mind, right? All the kings are given a second portion of air. So they're balanced between heart and mind. So there's commonalities, but ultimately they can't. I don't know if there's jealousy, but they see that they're lower than. This is how they perceive themselves, as a king and not an emperor, and you are an empress, and so they can't give you what you need. They can only give you some of what you need, and I feel like eventually that becomes a problem. It brings in conflict, and it has to do with a lot on their side, that they have these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about not being enough, not being good enough. Because of that perception, you can't change that in them. That's something that they have to go on their inner journey themselves. And But that's what I feel is coming in with that, Rhonda. So there you have it. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. You're welcome, Rhonda. All right. So, Kevin, Dodobuin, hello, hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. You want to know what blessing is coming towards you? Is it in love or finances? All right, so let's take a look here and see what blessing and what area is it in. So, what blessing you have coming in here? All right. So, you've got the Queen of Wands here, which the Queen of Wands, of course, rolls over energy and passion, and has a great connection to spirit here. So there is this blessings coming towards you as you're stepping into your power, you're stepping forward, and you really are understanding what energy, like where you invest your energy, is what grows and expands. She really understands that. She's able to really super focus her energy and get stuff done, and things move. The black cat represents the water side of all the queens, which is connection to spirit too. So if you're unsure of what direction you want to go, you can bring in spirit and ask them, and they will guide you and help you on your path. She has a very strong intuition and connection to spirit. So you can do that, Kevin. Is it love or finances? It's actually both, because you have the Knight of Wands, which the Knight of Wands is on a quest for this. The Queen, um, the knight serves the queen at the behest of the queen. The queen wants to step into the power of the Ace of Wands, and so the knight goes and pursues finding their energy, and the realization of what I focus on the most is what grows and expands in my life. And I feel like this is what the blessing is it's a huge awareness when it clicks in here, even in our solar plexus, where our energy and our this uh, intention, our power of intention exists. So we talk a lot on this channel about our energy and where we focus it. And if I focus my energy on what I'm missing, what I hate, what I fear will come into my life, or what I fear will leave, lo and behold, the energy of the universe is at our command. They're like, okay, that's what we'll bring in for you. That's because that's what we're telling them. I really enjoy hating things. Can you bring me more things to hate? I enjoy missing things. Can you bring me more things to miss? I really enjoy having things removed out of my life. Can you remove things out of my life? And can you bring things in that I'm afraid will come in? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. We're here for you. That's what that happens. But if I focus on what I'm grateful for, focus on joy and celebration and laughter, and focus on what I do want to draw in, then I do, right? So it's a wonderful energy because it's one of the visuals that spirit has been giving me is little kid walking into a donut shop or pastry shop, whatever, and there's the glass counters and they're pointing at this donut over and over and over again, or all these donuts. And so this baker, of course, loads up all the donuts and hands in the box. And he's like, gross, these are all the donuts I hate. I was pointing at everything I hated. They're like, I'll tell you what, the baker says, point at what you love, and I'll box up dozens of those and give that to you instead. And that's the mindset, is focus on what I want, not what I don't want. And I feel like this is the blessing that comes in, and it does impact you in love, in finances, work, whatever, because whatever we're focusing on is what we're drawing toward us, right? And if you feel like, well, I've been focusing on this stuff, but it doesn't come to me, check out my Take 10 with Zen free playlist. And episodes 4 and 5 talk about fate and bringing in things sooner than later, and the conscious things that we can do and the subconscious thing that we can alter as well. So that's what's coming in for you, Kevin. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And Marie Jones, hello, hello. So, like a career reading for next week. All right. So, let's take a look here. Career reading for next week. All right. Well, I like it here. We've got the Page of Pentacles, which is bringing new opportunities around work here that brings in this really stable feeling in the outside world. You got both Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like home, but it's like a solid foundation too. So I really like this energy. It feels like there's a solidity coming in. If you've been waiting for a job offer, I feel like there's going to be one. Maybe something that you do from home with this home is where the heart is, and home energy with this Four of Pentacles that's coming in with me, but stability and a new opportunity that comes in. So I like this for you, Marie. It's energy is very positive for this. And like we are just talking with Kevin, definitely if you check out those videos, if you haven't already, that I just mentioned to him, it just helps bring in things sooner, bring in things and at a bigger level too. Because if we've got some limiting beliefs on the inside about what we're worthy to receive, we'll receive small instead of large, right? So if you check out that Take 10 with Zen episodes 4 and 5, I feel like those will be helpful as well. Very empowering. All right. So that's easy breezy, Marie. That's what they have for you there. And then Crystal Pickett, you will be up after that. All right. And I am working my way down the free list here. I'll be on for about 20 more minutes. We'll see how many we get through here. Then I'll be heading off to my Praying Mantis session with my Praying Mantis members. If you're interested in joining the Praying Mantis membership at $7.99 a month, and after every free session, we have a much smaller community in there, and we pull a lot of extra cards. We pull oracle cards. We have even a Q&A on Thursday nights from 6 to 8. So if you're interested, check out the description box of the video down below. All right, Crystal, so you wanted to know, will you and Jay communicate before the end of the year? Well, it does feel like there is emotional movement and feelings of abundance here for you. So let me clarify, because this is saying that you have emotional movement and this feeling like your life is full and complete. But let me take a look here and make sure. Is this because of communication with Jay, or is there movement on? Okay, yeah. So we got victory, 6 of Wands coming in here. So it definitely is. I feel like you guys do communicate, and it does feel, based on current energies, very full and very victorious. And I mean, it just feels so full emotionally, and energetically, passionately, and then also, you know, um, uh, emotionally with the King of Cup I mean, the Knight of Cups. Sorry, I was like, I see the picture, but I'm like, "It's cups, it's emotion, hello." So I do feel like it, definitely with all this energy coming in. So that is what they have for you, Crystal Pickett. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Kritika Malhotra. Hello, hello. And so what does your crush think of you? All right. Oh, Arnav. All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know. That one right there. Wow. So a lot of fire and lightning. This is very there's a lot of passion and attraction and like physical and energetic attraction. I almost feel like this is like this okay, um but it's like I feel like they are a firestorm like with that tower coming in there. It's like a sparkler. That's what I was trying to think of. Like here in the United States, like whenever we have fireworks and stuff, they have these sparklers that you light up and it's and wow, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. It's so bright, it's so beautiful. And then it's done, and you're like, oh, throw it away. That was it. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that this person has. I feel like they are just they have this passion and it's they move fast and furious like a grass fire, but then it's burned and it's gone and there's destruction left in its path. So I feel that's the energy that's coming in, Kritika. I'd be like, wow. So if you want like a quick psst, then it's like, okay. But you're like, nah, that's not, I don't feel like that's you. I feel like you're just like, yeah, there's this draw to them and that makes sense that they're probably a fire sign, kinda like, if you've ever watched Twilight and Edward, the sparkly vampire, when he first, reveals himself to Bella, right? He's like she's like, "But I like you so much." And he's like, "I'm designed to attract you. I'm you're my prey," And that's what I feel is coming in is like, they're attractive. This fire energy draws us to fire signs and they're not uh, you know lower vibration people will use that to manipulate people. Higher vibration people use it to change the world because they are people are drawn to their energy and even they're usually very handsome or beautiful. It draws the us in, but I feel like this one would be like a and then over. So that's what's coming in there for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. I know, but now you know why you're crushing on him. You can be like, Bella, I feel your pain. All right. But if you haven't watched Twilight, watch it. It should be fun. All right. So that is what they have for you. And Angelique, we took care of you already. All right. So Melissa, you will be up next here. All right. So, Melissa, is Dino ever thinking of you? Let's take a look here and see what we've got coming in here. Sometimes, because it's like, I don't know if you guys had altercations or because they've got they think of the happy times, they think of the disappointment too. So, it depends. It goes back and forth. So, it does show up, they think of some things spark memories of happy memories, other times sparks the disappointment and these feelings of heartbreak for some reason. But it's disappointment for sure, if not heartbreak. Just like, oh, okay, I was disappointed, you were disappointed, the situation was disappointing, but there's some fun times, but also disappointing times. So yeah, they do. They go back and forth. I kind of feel though a lot of it's not them going, I wonder what you're doing. I wonder what Melissa's doing. I wonder what's going on. No, it's about, oh, I remember when I had this fun time. Oh, I remember how I was disappointed, or it was disappointing, or I was a disappointment. It's about them they're not focused outward on you, they're just focused on thinking of you in relationship to them. So that's what is coming through there for Melissa. So, um, are you thinking of yourself? Do you ever think of yourself? That's the real question, right? We switch the question around. Are they thinking of me? Am I thinking of me? Wow, that's where our energy is most productive is, because we're like, wow, how dare they only think of themselves? But that's really the only thing they can control and do something about is let me reflect on how everything is reflective about what's going on inside of me. Because you truly are a mirror for them, and you are, I'm sorry, they are a mirror for you, and you are a mirror for them. What did you see about yourself through the situation? That's more productive than wondering, "I wonder what they're thinking of me right now." It has nothing to do with you. It's all going on inside of here. You know, so you get it. All right, Melissa. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And Queen 707. Hello. Will you be in a committed relationship with your crush, SA, in the future? Let's take a look here. I feel like we're shaking a magic 8 ball. Let's see, will it? That's funny here. No, I don't see like you guys will be in a relationship. There's an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new adventure here. And I feel like you are more standing on your own and standing up for yourself in this new path that you're in here. Um, I'm reminded of like the sun does not ask permission to shine. She just does. And when she does, people who cannot take it can get into the shade. She shines bright and is herself here, and that's what I like here with all this coming in here because there really is this energy of um, shrinking your light, and sometimes depending on who you're around, it's like, wow, my crush, let me be smaller 'cause maybe they can't handle who I am and I want them to like me. This is like, "No, shine bright, baby. If they can't take it, get out they can get out." But I feel like there's changes that come in where they're, kind of move away or are out of the picture because you start this adventure more free and open of being you, being the unique you, not worrying about what other people think of you, and if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through with the energies of those cards. So many blessings to you there, Queen. and many and hang in there. I know those crushes, I tell you. It's like we were just talking about a moment ago, like in Twilight, where you feel drawn to people. It's like, oh, they're a vampire. They're drawing you in. Don't do it. I'm just kidding. All right. All right. And we took care of those. We took care of those. All right. Just moving down the list here. And Neha, you are up next. So why haven't they contacted you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Why haven't they contacted you? All right. Well, it looks like here they're kind of self-involved here, balancing things out in their outer world here. I feel like they kind of have this they go outside and inside with this, rubber band kind of feel. But the Ace of Wands here shows that they are focusing their energy on their path and what they're wanting, where they're going. And I feel like I just don't feel like they know what they want. That's why it feels like, well, I want this. Well, no, because they're showing me someone like ordering off of a menu and they're like, well, I want this. Well, no, 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 wait, wait, wait. I want this, but I don't want any of that on there and that. No, 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 no. I want this, but I want that. Wait, 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 wait. No. Oh, there's another page on the back. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's just like indecision, which also is this Two of Pentacles coming through. They're so undecided. They're going back and forth with everything in their life. They're just trying to get their head on straight because I feel like they are realizing, like in that situation of ordering off of the menu, they're driving the waitress crazy, or uh, I forget how you call it, the meal, whatever, well, waitress. And finally, they're just like, "You know what? I'm sorry. Let me decide. If you give me, more time, I need to decide." They're like, "Okay, that's good. I'll be back." Because they're sitting there scratching, writing it down, scratching it out, writing it down, scratching it out. So I feel like that's why they're not contacting you, is they have no idea what they want in life, and they're trying to figure things out, but they're tired. They don't want to frustrate everyone with showing interest and not interest, showing interest, not interest type of thing. So that's what's coming in, Aya. So hopefully that resonates. Very interesting what they're showing me. All right. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So the next free one up here, we have B. Sai Soropraya. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And you want to know, will Chandra Sekar contact you? You're in no contact for 3.5 months. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take a look here. All right. Little cards come flying out of here. No, I don't see that they are gonna contact you, but I do see here that you have a new love interest that comes in here, because 'cause you've got new birth and new love coming in. So, I know that your heart is set on Chandra, but I feel like it whoever that comes in here, uh, gets your attention. It's not, this unfolding here isn't like you're being forced into liking someone. It's telling us that you're just like, well, it's been a while and I've had no contact and everything. And who's that? And they smile at you or whatever. And you're just like, whoa, what just happened? You feel a zap inside of yourself, and it's okay. You're allowed to do that because a lot of times people are moved out of our lives on purpose, for a purpose, to make space for who is intended, for what is intended for a life, clearing the path to open up for us to go on a new journey, right? So I do feel like a new ship is on its way here, and it's okay. All the tears you shed here, they will help float the ship, and that's okay. You're able to see and be with someone who is equally passionate, equally attracted, as well. So I like this, for you. And I know it's like, oh, I'll never get over that person. Trust me, you will. But that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And I'm just moving down the list here. I'm only going to be on for about 7 more minutes, but we are getting toward the end. Hey, Anna, praying mantis member. That's where I'll be headed off here in about 6 or 7 minutes. So I'll be seeing you in a moment. I love the little green and the little red badge. Thanks for coming by and saying hello. All right. So Scorpio 1180, you are up next. And can you tell if Gemini, uh, soul searching within to come towards you with commitment? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. All right. Well, we're definitely doing something that's taking time here. Let's see what's going on here. Wow. I don't know about commitment though. Excuse me. Because we've got four major arcana. The first card that came out was Temperance, which is taking time. Things are slowed down. They are definitely doing some internal investigation, because the next card that came after that was the Hermit card, which is inner reflection, reflecting on themselves here. But they're trying to understand here. The Chariot card is movement, but power of choice. And the Magician is about them connecting higher, trying to figure out what they want, what they want to do in life, and where they want to head. So we definitely have this energy here of inner reflection, but I don't feel like they're kind of still standing in the middle, wanting to make a choice, but still going back and forth, which makes sense. Gemini going back and forth, back and forth. They're still trying to figure things out. Definitely soul searching. So you're definitely picking up on that. But commitment, undecided yet with this information coming in here. So that is what is happening. Well, with that, Scorpio, I know to be continued. Four major arcana, though, that's huge. They're going through a huge transformation, a huge change in their life, and they're trying to decide. It's like it's not a small thing in their world with everything happening. They're taking their time to make their choices there. So that is what is coming in there. And then Cassaville, you want to like to know if you should contact the Virgo on their birthday tomorrow. There's no shoulds on the spiritual side, so we'll ask, is it for your highest experience with this Virgo to contact them on their birthday? Yes, got the Sun card. One of the most victorious cards here. So yes, that would be a huge capital Y, capital E, capital S. So definitely do that. Um, yeah, and that's what is coming in there. All right. All right. So, Nidhi Sarvaya, you are up next here. You're welcome, Marie. And I'm only got about 3 more minutes. So, we'll see here. I know we're getting close to the bottom here, too, but I might not get to everyone. I will be back this evening, though. See, it's almost 1. I'll be back in 5 hours for my evening session and then back tomorrow morning as well at 11. So, let's take a look here. What does Kaval think of you? All right. What else? You know, they definitely have a lot of thinking going on here with the King of Swords. They're the master of thought and belief and mindset. So, definitely a lot of thinking going on. But with this judgment card, this is their higher self. I feel like they're very self consumed right now. You're one of many thoughts of everything going through their life here. So I don't feel like they're like being called and wanting to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, and trying to understand what is going on, what is happening in their life. They're trying to figure things out, but they're trying to control everything in their life. So I feel like that's why they're so much caught up in their mind. It's just like it's loading and looping and looping and looping. A lot of fear, a lot of a fear of making the wrong choices in everything. I just feel like they have nightmares. They have trouble sleeping. They just have so much thinking. So they don't have it's just so sporadic and so all over the place. It's like a thought storm, just so much confusion. I don't feel like they think about you for any long period of time, but I don't feel like they think about anything for a long period of time. They just feel scattered. So, I don't feel like it's about you. I just feel like it's about where they're at in their life right now. So that's what's coming in for you, Needy. All right. Hey, Dark Light. Joy to all. Joy to you as well. All right. And you'd like to know, are you truly what you think you are? What is your destiny? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is about, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And so they're like, wait to see, am I what I think I am? What is my destiny? They're like, it's the scavenger hunt. It's like planting a mystery bush, waiting to see what fruit grows. And you're like, what is it? What is it going to be? What is unfolding here? They're kind of nudging you to look at what is not so much about the end result, but enjoy the process, enjoy the growth as things are happening, enjoy the journey and the scavenger hunt to find out who you are, what you are, what is your dream come true kind of thing. The Four of Pentacles does tell us that, the outside world doesn't make us feel full and whole and complete. Our journey here is to experience the opposites, right? So all of our destiny is to experience that. And the Four of Pentacles shows us that we eventually learn through this process that the outside world isn't what we're searching for. We do find inward and upward our true self, our the actor behind the character, but we learn so much about the journey and the destiny. I feel like right now that that's what they're wanting you to do, is to trust the process, trust the journey, discover, not try to get to these absolute answers. Like, because we can get so caught up in the uh, destination that we forget to enjoy the steps along the way. And I feel like that's what they're are nudging you toward right now. Dark light is take a deep breath inward and upward. You'll find who you are, but also enjoy the journey of the outside world, because like this tapestry behind us, we are light. But if we go, oh, this is who I am as light, and we don't experience the shadow, we don't see the design of who we are. We would just see all this bright light. But the journey, why we come here, is to experience the shadows, experience the things. It helps color in and shows us the beautiful design. And so I feel like that is what they have coming in for you right now, Dark Light. I know. I sometimes wish that we would have a wonderful, wonderful scroll that tells us who we're supposed to be and should be and everything. But I think we tried that before and it was exciting for a while, but then it got boring. We like the discovery and the process of getting from here to there. So that's what's coming in for you right now. All right, everybody, I'm gonna have to head off. I have, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six more people. Um, and what I'll do, in that, just for purposes, is Yati, Delcy, Luna, Jesse, D-Roy, Sama, and Jay that just came in. I will come back later after my session with my praying mantis members and after I eat and run an errand. I'll pop back on and complete yours. So I'll come back to you guys, and I'll post a little pinned comment on this video with a link to that live. So I'll pop on and it'll be in a few hours though. But I shall return and take care of you guys too. But I do need to head off to um, my Zen YouTube members, for my praying mantis members. So I shall return. Thank you guys again so much for all your love and all your support. I really appreciate all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. And I thank you guys again for being here and supporting my channel. Much love to you guys. We'll see you soon.